If you asked a group of people what the biggest threat to their retirement is, what do you think they'd say? Many would probably say a big economic crash destroying the value of their portfolio. Some might say inflation is silently eroding their buying power every single year. But I believe the biggest threat is actually something people don't even realize is a threat to them. It's paying too much in retirement taxes. See, most retirees don't realize that they've created a massive tax problem until it's too late, because the IRS has a claim on every dollar sitting in a traditional IRA or 401k. And when you eventually pull that money out, you'll pay tax on it. And thanks to RMDs, many retirees end up paying more taxes than they expected. But there's one strategy that wealthy retirees and smart planners have been quietly using for years to sidestep the problems of tax increases and RMDs. It's called a Roth conversion. And today I'm going to help you figure out whether it actually makes sense for you and your family, or whether it could end up costing you more than you realize. Because despite what you might have heard, a Roth conversion isn't automatically right for everyone. I'm Dominic Coyote, president of Coyote Financial, and before we begin, I'd like to invite you to click the link below this video now to book a no-cost consultation call with us at Coyote Financial. We help retirees just like you to keep more of what they've saved through smart tax planning. And if you'd like to find out if a Roth conversion is for you, there's no better way to do it than by talking with one of our experts. Okay, that said, let's get into the video. We're going to start by quickly explaining what a Roth conversion is and why you might want to consider one. So let's break this down. A Roth conversion means moving money from a tax-deferred account, like a traditional IRA or a 401k, into a Roth IRA. You pay taxes on the amount you convert today, but once that money is inside the Roth, future qualified growth and withdrawals can be completely tax-free. So why have Roth conversions become such a major topic right now? For these three reasons mostly. The first is future tax uncertainty. We're carrying a massive national debt and government spending keeps rising. Many financial professionals believe taxes will need to increase over time. Nobody knows exactly what future rates will look like, but here's what I've noticed. Most retirees assume that taxes in the future will somehow stay lower than they are today. That's a very big assumption to build a retirement plan around, isn't it? Especially if you spent decades building large tax-deferred accounts. And if tax rates rise over the next 10, 15, or even 20 years, your retirement income could shrink dramatically, and there's very little you can do about it at that point. Second reason is RMDs. In plain English, RMDs, or required minimum distributions, occur when you turn 73, and the IRS forces you to withdraw certain amounts from your retirement account every single year, even if you don't need the income. This means you can easily be dragged into higher tax brackets, which can also trigger nasty domino effects like increased taxes on your Social Security or even higher Medicare premiums. And that can result in you giving the IRS far more retirement income than you ever planned for. A lot of people don't realize how aggressively RMDs can impact retirement later on, especially if you have a large retirement nest egg. And that's why many people start exploring Roth conversions before RMDs kick in at 73. Not to avoid taxes entirely, but to have more control over when and how they pay them. The third reason you might want to consider a Roth conversion is legislative risk. And this is one almost nobody talks about. When all your retirement money is tax deferred, you're exposed to whatever Congress decides to do with tax policy in the future. You don't control that. And I found that many retirees feel genuinely uncomfortable with their entire financial future dependent on decisions made in Washington that they have no say in. And on that note, if you like a solid retirement plan that keeps you and your family protected no matter what happens in the economy or changes in tax laws, then click the link below this video to book a no-cost consultation with us. During the call, we'll discuss your retirement goals and concerns, review your current risks, and I'll show you what options are available right now to save on your retirement taxes and safeguard your retirement. Now here's the mistake almost everyone makes. They hear about the potential risks of RMDs and immediately think, well, obviously I should convert everything right away and avoid this. But not so fast, because Roth conversions don't always make financial or strategic sense for everyone. So let's talk about situations where Roth conversions tend to make the most sense. The first situation is when you're temporarily in a lower tax bracket. Like, for example, when you've just retired but haven't started your Social Security and your RMDs haven't kicked in yet. Or maybe for whatever reason, your income is just lower for just a few years. Those windows can create a real opportunity to convert portions of your retirement account into a Roth account at lower tax rates. The second situation is when you generally believe your taxes will be higher later. If you're moving investments around and your income is likely to rise, or your future RMDs are going to be very large, or you think tax brackets themselves may increase, then paying taxes today at a known rate may make far more sense than waiting for a future unknown tax rate. The third situation is when you want more tax diversification. This is one of the smartest conversations happening in retirement planning right now. Retirees who have money spread across taxable accounts, tax-deferred accounts, and tax-free accounts have more flexibility. And flexibility is what matters enormously when you're managing income tax brackets, Medicare thresholds, and legacy planning all at once. But sometimes a Roth conversion is the wrong move, and making the wrong call here can be extremely expensive. For example, if you're already in a high tax bracket, converting large amounts can create massive tax consequences right now, potentially pushing you into an even higher tax bracket and wiping out much of that potential tax benefit of Roth conversions. Plus, if you don't have outside funds, like from a savings or a brokerage account, to pay for the conversion taxes, you may end up using taxable retirement dollars themselves, which reduces the money that grows tax-free and undercuts your whole strategy. This is why variation matters so much. Two retirees with the same account balance can need completely different approaches. The biggest mistake I see people make is thinking extremes. Either convert everything or convert nothing. But the most successful Roth conversion strategies usually happen gradually over multiple years, strategically filling lower tax brackets little by little. When done properly, that approach can reduce your future RMD pressure, create more tax flexibility in retirement, and give you something that doesn't show up on a spreadsheet: peace of mind. Because retirement isn't just about math. It's confidence. It's knowing you have options. It's knowing that every market drop or tax headline can't completely derail your plan. One last thing I want to be absolutely clear about. A Roth conversion should never happen in and of itself. It needs to connect to your income strategy, your Social Security timing, your legacy goals, your Medicare planning, and your overall retirement picture. Retirement planning is like a chessboard. Move one piece and it affects everything else around it. That's exactly why getting this right requires a strategy built around your specific situation, not a template pulled from the internet. So is a Roth conversion right for you? Possibly, but the honest answer depends on your timing, your tax situation, your income needs, and how all the moving pieces fit together in your particular plan. And this isn't a decision you want to make casually, by the way, because once a conversion happens, the tax consequences could affect you and your family indefinitely. If you'd like help figuring this out, if this makes sense for you, click the link below in this video to schedule a call. We'll look at your specific numbers. We're going to walk you through the tax impact and help you determine whether a Roth conversion strategy aligns with your long-term retirement goals. There's no pressure on this call. There's no obligation to move forward. It's more about educating you and getting you the facts you need to make a more informed decision. And remember this, a successful retirement isn't just about how much money you saved, it's about how much money you get to keep. So legally reducing your retirement tax bill is one of the biggest levers you have for getting the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Thanks for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.